I'm about to fight the authors. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alona, and this is a YouTube video that I'm making. This video is all of my top 25 books that I read in 2025. And yeah, I know we're at the end of January. By the time I'm filming this at the end of January. By the time I get it up, it might even be February already. I don't know. I know everyone already posted all of their top lists of 2025, but I am nothing if not late to the party. I read a total of like 80 books last year, so here are 25 of my favorites. They're kind of ranked, kind of not. Wouldn't really say they're like least favorite to favorite, but like the ones that will be at the end of the video will be my favorite ones for sure. So yeah, let's get started. First book is Beasts, which is a YA horror. You'd probably even like go as far as saying middle grade. It's just like super short about these two kids, brother and sister, who are living in this. I mean, it's not quite post-apocalyptic, but I mean, it's a little bit. There are these beasts that have kind of taken over I think they're in Norway, something like that. And so they've killed their mother and they've got to figure out what to do. So really, really good, very quick read. Definitely recommend. Next book is The Eyes Are the Best Part, which is another horror book, which is also YA. So good. I think I read it in like across 2 days, but like just very quickly. I devoured it. So good. Definitely recommend. Next one, Blood and Betrayals, which is a dark academia, like romantasy. I really loved how they kind of tied in modern, like they have phones, they have apps, but it's all like different realms, and like it's really cool. The story is great. The characters are great. The ending though, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna give it away, but I'm about to fight the authors because the second book is not out yet. So be warned. Next is Hope Ablaze, which is a YA literary fiction that follows a young Muslim girl in a post 9/11 world. And it's about like finding your voice and being true to yourself while also being, true and like loyal to your family and your community. Um, and it's a really relevant read that I highly, highly recommend. Next, we have Marriage and Masti by Nisha Sharma. And let me tell you, this is one of my favorite series. This is the third book in the If Shakespeare Were an Auntie series. I love this whole series so much. I will read anything that Nisha Sharma writes because it's phenomenal. The whole series, highly, highly recommend. Tastes Like Sugar is my favorite one, but this one is incredible. Next is Little Rot. I didn't know like anything about the plot before reading this book, so I was in for quite the ride. So if you like reading, if you're one of those people who goes into books blindly, this is definitely one to do. Although check trigger warnings for sure because it can be kind of intense at moments. I mean, yeah, it's just go into it blind, but also with caution. And yeah, check those trigger warnings. Next is Never Gonna Give You Up, which is a supernatural romance. It's also part of a series, but they're like standalones, so you don't need to read the first two to get this one. But it's just like, I mean, you might as well read the first two because they're just as fun. They're super fun, but then still deal with some kind of like heavy emotional stuff. Love It Full Tilt, which is a YA contemporary romance. Let me tell you, I love this book. It took me a little bit to really kind of like get into it. But by the end, I just wanted to read it again, and I just wanted to live in that world that Jenny created. I love her main character so much because as a plus size girly, it's I've gone through what her characters are going through, so it's nice to see them get their happy ending. Next is I Who Have Never Known Men. I read this as an audiobook, and it was a great way to read the story. It was very immersive, and this was another one of those ones where I went in kind of blind. So I didn't really know what the plot was. I didn't know what was going to happen. And it was great. Like, I mean, it's just like dystopian literary fiction that just like you are along for this ride. You are learning these things along with the main character, who is just like kind of, she doesn't know the world because of how she's been in this one area. She's like, it's basically, it's kind of like the allegory of the cave. If you know, you know. Next is You Started It, which is another YA contemporary romance. And let me tell you, I love this book so much. It is near and dear to my heart. These main characters. I love Jamie so much. She is just, she's so funny. And it's like, when you read a book and the character is just so fully formed, they're like a real person and you just like care about them like you would, like they're your friend or like your sister or your like my niece or something, your niece or whatever. That's how I feel about Jamie. I love her so much. I would die for her. I would protect her with my life. Incredible autism rep, chronic illness rep. Just read this, please. Jackie's next book comes out later this year, so add that to your TBR too. Now we have another horror, which is The Reformatory. Hands down one of the best books I've like ever read in my life. This is another one that you do need to check the trigger warnings on. It's like a historical Southern Gothic, and it's just like you will cry. We are kind of sticking with the horror for our next book, which is Wicked Flavors. It's actually a horror romance. Another one with great autism rep and just great main characters. One that it could be your best friend, could be your sister, could be your cousin that you want to protect with your life and also hang out with. All of Azalea's books. Add them to your TBR and read them immediately. Again, we are sticking with horror with The Haunting of Room 904. Indigenous horror is just next level. Top tier, incredible. Just the atmosphere, so spooky. I think this one I actually had to like put down at times because I was scared. It's so good. Next is The Bewitching. I will read. Okay, so I haven't read a lot of Silvia Moreno-Garcia's books yet. I'm still working my way through it, but this has solidified her as one of my top authors. The way it's formatted, so we've got 3 different timelines, but they all come together so beautifully that each puzzle piece, the further you read, each puzzle piece comes together so great. Honestly, like I did kind of predict the twist, but I just do that. That's the pattern recognition. But like it has incredible payoff. I wasn't disappointed that I was able to predict it. It was just a beautiful payoff. Okay, we are back in the romance genre with Love is a War Song. I am obsessed with this one. It's so funny, so good. It is a like perfect rom-com. We've got a disgraced pop star living on a farm, learning this farm life. It's incredible. It is incredible. Also, look at these edges. It's the cover snop version. It's beautiful. Circling back to the horror genre, The Hacienda. Isabel Cañas is another one of those that I mean, I've read 2 out of her 3 books, and I love them both so much. Her writing is so it's like beautiful and lyrical, but then it's also like so spooky. So spooky, so scary. Well, yeah, this one was scarier than I think this one's scarier than Vampires of El Norte, I think. I have not read Possession of Ablaze yet, but this, ugh, and she does Yearning so well. So well. If you want a hot priest, this is the book to do it. Can't get enough of Kennedy Ryan. And that is the truth because this book, I love this book so much. So it is the third in the Skyland series, which is their standalones. But she has, popped up. Hendrix, the main character, has popped up in the other 2. And I was waiting impatiently for her book, and it did not disappoint. I'm not 100% sure that's my favorite one, but I think it's my favorite one. I love her. I love it. I love Hendrix. Gods of Jade and Shadow, another one that I read the audiobook for, and it was, ugh, like I said, I haven't read a lot of Silvia Moreno-Garcia's books, but they've all been incredible. This one I love because I love it when you have like a dark, scary, moody, like all powerful being that gets humbled by a woman, a human woman. Loved it. I need to reread that one. I want to read that one again next year, I think. Maybe. Bunny by Mona Awad. The hype, it was so real for this one, and it did not disappoint. It was so like weird and just I didn't really know what was going on, and it was incredible. I can't wait to read the next one. I'll probably do that one on audiobook too to just like keep it going. I devoured this one in like less than a day. Try Voidbringer, which is a really incredible, I guess, dystopian, kind of, no, I don't know. Kind of a dystopian fantasy. I don't know. I mean, you could just probably political fantasy too is kind of what it's categorized as, but like the world building in this one is so good. The main characters, they're just well rounded and complex. Like I literally had no idea what was going on. I mean, I had no idea where it was going or like what to expect. And it was incredible. I think there's supposed to be a second one. And if there is, I can't wait. House of Frank was the first book that I read this last year. And get your tissues out for this one because you will cry. I think I cried within the first 50 pages, multiple times, possibly. Um, it deals a lot with grief, and I had been going through a lot of grief when I was reading this. So it was also very cathartic. If you are grieving, I do recommend it, but I do also recommend just you know yourself. So if you know you can handle it, it's not like super, super heavy, but it does deal with like a lot. So check your trigger warnings. The River Has Roots, which is a absolutely beautiful. It's like its own fairy tale. Um, and I loved it. I loved the world. It is a pretty short book. I read the audio book, and I always am at least reading it double time. So I don't know how many pages it is, but it was a quick read, and I would have stayed in that story forever. Like it was just a beautiful world that was created. So we're down to our top 3. Although I did kind of cheat a little bit because one of them I picked the whole series because I read I think there are 4 books in the series. There are 3 out right now, which is you might be guessing which one it is. Um these are my top 3. So first is the Legendborn cycle. So I read Legendborn, Bloodmarked, and Oathbound all last year. I read them the audiobooks, and Tracy, what the hell? They're so good. Like the just I don't even know. Like I you think I would have better words to talk about this one, but it's again, the world building is incredible. The twist on the King Arthur's legend and just all of it is so good. Bree, incredible main character. The Dead of Summer by Ryan LaSala. I will read anything Ryan writes. I've read The Honeys and this one. So I do have a few more of his that I need to read, but this is so good. It's a YA horror that deals with like eco-terrorism, like a biological oceanic apocalypse, basically. Like, just read it. It's like The Last of Us, only instead of mushrooms or whatever, instead of cordyceps, it's coral. Like, it's bonkers in the best way. It's super gay in the best way. And there's another one. There's going to be a second one. So read it. And then when the second one comes out, read it again. Or read that one too. It's so good. All right, my number one book from last year is Light from Uncommon Stars. I read the audiobook and it was so good that I think about this book almost every single day. I don't even know what else to say. If you like deals with the devil, if you like runaways, found family, lesbians, and lesbian aliens that run a donut shop, like, what else could you need, right? Like, it's just, it's so good. Those were my top 25 books of 2025. I don't know if any of that made any sense. I was rambling, I feel like, so if you watched that whole thing, then thanks. Thanks for sticking around, I guess. You know, do the whole thing. Like, subscribe, share if you want. All my links are down below. I don't know. Okay, bye.
Bye.